All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning, and hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Thor, can you have a bigger cup for coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking this morning? that is
Just a
that is
little
a
coffee
way.
is a good thing.
Yeah, what a way to start the morning with a big cup of Joe there. So good morning, guys. All right, let's jump right in. Let's start with more gappers list this morning. So a lot of things in the red today, as you can see here. Again, just we've been seeing the swings market try to get going the last couple of days. Has not been able to, and we're back at the start of the open, at least for the SPY for this week. You can see a couple of things down here. Same suspects that we've been seeing here quite a bit. The banks, some Chinese tickers I see today. We'll look into coin. We'll definitely look into SQ, the madness from yesterday, and we'll dive into some of the stuff that's on here that's making some noise. I see a lot of bank stocks here as well, and I do see some of the big names. I see two of the top six there. Oh, three actually, West Fargo. So I do see some big names this morning down quite a bit. So we'll dive into all of that. On the gap side of things, only ATVI up 5% this morning. Not a great trader. They must have some news or something. These guys barely move, but we'll dive into that as well.
Yeah, the news on that one is actually
Yeah.
kind of interesting because it doesn't seem like I would consider to be good news, but I
Okay.
guess it's the news that I got is the UK regulator dropped some competition concerns in. Oh, I see. They dropped. I didn't read the article right. So there was a UK regulator dropped some concerns in a Microsoft Activision deal. So basically, there was their Microsoft, I believe, is looking to acquire Activision,
Yeah.
and that acquisition was being held up by a UK regulator, kind of like a monopoly kind of concern situation.
Yeah.
With them dropping that makes Activision, that acquisition look more possible, and you're seeing quite a response as people. I don't know what the acquisition price
Hmm.
is that Microsoft is, and I'm looking for that now to see if I can figure
Yeah.
where they've offered to buy them at. But if I can find that, I'll let you know. But apparently, people are already. I mean, it's already managed to get us to get a nice little pop in the morning. Yeah, Bill D
Yeah.
in the chat room. You're right. This acquisition thing has been going on for a very long time, so I don't know how well lived this catalyst is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right, excellent guys. Let's take a look at some of that stuff as well. And if we look at some of the action from yesterday, we'll dive into AMD and some other ones. So we'll start there. AMD first. Let's get our regular charts in here so you guys can see the action from yesterday. So here we go. So again, we continue with this amazing volatility that we're seeing. You had to wait a little bit on AMD yesterday. Did not give you that great run right out of the gates, but look how beautiful it turned down in about 30 minutes or so, right? Got to wait a while. And then from there, nice little pop. A little bit toppy here. Could be a mountain pass here, but a little bit far away in the distance, but could be a mountain pass strategy there. And you can see the beautiful reversal right all the way down to Viva. So this thing really took a dive. And then at a 130 or so, everything just kind of seemed to take a nosedive here. So we saw that yesterday. That was AMD. Here is SQ was Thor, can you call it any better than this? You said it all morning about
Mm-hmm.
a possible reversal, and the target you're seeing was 66. This thing came right to
Where
66,
did
like
it go?
2 cents below 66, right on there. So just incredible. The squeeze all the way right up there to on SQ after being down so much. This was a good one also. I took this one with Brian. So Brian, he took a short, then he got out of it quickly, and we were talking in chat about, hey, this is possibly be a long, and we took this massive long on SQ. Man, he nailed that call there. Not just him,
Nice.
many of you guys in the chat did as well. So again, just incredible. From there, it was just tired, man. This stock had a lot up and down, so just kind of went sideways. Just kind of chilled for a little bit because, man, the drop in the pop here, very, very aggressive day yesterday. Today, we're opening up with a little bit of volume as well, quite some volume, down 2%. Um, might not be as active as yesterday as things start to kind of, dwindle down a little bit here, but we will definitely have that one on deck again. Here was Baba. Baba didn't really get going. It had this nice drop there. It didn't get the continuation we were looking for. Did pop up, try to get above 87, couldn't, and then at 12 it just gave up and just started selling off, with like many of the stocks did around that time frame. Here was Coin, had an incredible pre-market move here. I mean, Coin was just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Market open, insane squeeze, and then it just becomes a pretty hard ticker to trade, very unpredictable there. So you got to be careful. Eventually breaks out again. But again, a tough trader. The best thing on this thing was the pre-market action. From there, it got really messy.
And that's not unusual for coin. That's one of the reasons why we
Yes.
tend to go for a Mara or something different, because coin tends to trade in the open market like that.
Yeah.
You get like a big sudden burst. It just chops around, and then you get like a little move, and then it's done. And then
Yeah.
you can see basically it just spent the whole rest of the day. Anytime after 11, it was pretty much just in a range.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right. Let's take a look here. And then the last one on the list was Tesla. I didn't really look at Tesla. What did Tesla do here? All right. So yeah. Yeah.
Tesla was really nice. We had a little bit of a
Yeah.
squeeze in the
Yeah.
morning, and then I actually shorted Tesla. Tesla was my play yesterday. I shorted
Nice.
it right around 11 o'clock on Tesla. I got that short and got the majority of that run down.
Very nice, very nice. So that was Tesla there for you. Very, very a great looks like, especially the second half of the day. This thing started selling off early on, so you didn't even have to wait like some of the other tickers I had on my list here. So
No,
what
right
a
now in the market today,
yeah.
man, because I do 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the bear
Mm-hmm.
bull room every day, and we have been
Yes.
trading like crazy in the afternoon. I mean, it's like the market doesn't even wake up till 11 o'clock right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been getting our, yesterday was such an interesting day because y'all were all making money on SQ and all of these bouncers that were going, and I was just sitting on my hands because everything I liked wasn't going anywhere. Tesla was
Right.
chopping, the market was going up when I thought it should be going down. So I was just sitting around, but then I lit up around between 11 o'clock to the close. I mean, everything started going my direction at that point, and we had a good time.
Beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing. All right, guys, let's get to it. Thor, overall news for today as we kind of start to close out this week.
So we had some durable goods stuff come out at 8:30. The market really didn't overly seem to respond to that. The market itself is sitting at S3 on the month right now. So this is the place where we start to look to see if our bulls come back in and they buy this dip or not. If we move much lower, especially if you start to look off at the SPY daily chart, starting around, what is it, the hold on, my date 13th and on, you can kind of see how we've been just we've been kind of trying to bottom out. Well, if you can go over, if you have the ability to look at futures, for those of you who can pull up the futures, you'll see that those have been on futures for the ES have been massive downside buying wicks. So we've certainly had someone buying in a lot here, but if we move much lower than this, we might put them in jeopardy, and that could really cause us to drop quite a bit. And the ES is showing some heavy orders all the way down to 3,900. So we're going to be kind of keeping an eye on the market to see, if we bottom out and loosen this ladder a little bit in pre-market. If not, we could be poised, for a little bit more down today. But we'll see how we open in order to really get that figured out. As far as some other things we've got going on, the sweeping interest rate rises into the simmering bank crisis, so that's kind of stalled things out too. And I think people are just kind of sitting back, just looking at things, going, man, what do we do? So interesting tickers, obviously ATVI, that's interesting, but it'll be interesting to see how we play it. And then, banks, and all of those other things that are coming in. Yeah, I don't know if I have any one particular ticker with news that I'm just like totally into. I have a feeling today is going to be more of a, probably be a little bit of a lackluster day. I've said that a couple of days now, though, where I kind of expected the market to fizzle off a little bit, and I'll be interested to see what we do if we can run down to 3,900 today, and if we build any more downside after that. If we do, things could get interesting very quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, the fact that we've seen so many pre-markets just start out so bad and they turn to gold really has been incredible.
Yeah.
The last 3 days though, you had a lot of action in the pre-market with some significant news, like we had yesterday with SQ and Coin and some other ones. So we've seen some good pre-market activity. Speaking of, let's go ahead and clean up this list here. Control A, Control X cleans up our list, our watch list over on Dash Trader Pro, and we're gonna start. Let's see what's gapping up today. We'll start with ATVI. I see Roblox coming in here as well. So ATVI, here's the type of pre-market action you get with these guys. It's not fluid, right? It's kind of spotty a little bit. We do have great volume today, so these guys are in play. Their spreads it's not bad, but just be careful. It can get nasty at times, right? Like right there, you saw 25 cents. So, just be very, very careful with their spread. It can go from 10 cents and jump up pretty quickly. It doubled itself there. So be mindful of that. It's going to get better at the market open. Again, the few times I traded this has not been great. We had a good time when they had some big news about merging. It was like 2 years ago before the pandemic. They were heavily in play. So I don't know. We'll put them on here and we'll see what happens. That's a possible for now. Here is Roblox. Speaking of, this one does trade very well, and when it is in play, we have some good opportunities on this. You look at this
Hmm.
chart, and you start thinking, man, this doesn't look like something that actually trades well. But when it is in play, when it gets the volume, and it actually has a great intraday action. Today, I'm not seeing anything overly exciting. Volume is extremely light, so I won't have them on my list. We need a lot more than just 122. Thor, I don't know if there's anything happening in Roblox this
I
morning,
don't
but
see a specific overall catalyst. I mean, there is, there was an article that came out that Kathy Woods, bought into some Roblox. I'm starting to think Kathy should have like a reverse Kramer index herself.
I
So
think I
I'm
think she
not. I'm
does, man.
Yeah.
I
Maybe she
yeah,
does.
maybe
Isn't
she
there a
does.
reverse arc? What's is or a SARC or something like that? I
Yeah,
think
yeah, she
is
does.
that
She
what it is?
does.
SARC.
She
Because
definitely
there's
does,
ARC
man.
and then there's SARC, I think, which is
Mm-hmm.
their
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it. It's SARC.
Is Sark
Thank you.
okay? Yeah,
Uh,
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
so I don't know what that means, but she's in it and it's popping. The one thing I will note, for kind of how I was talking about SQ, a lot of these levels I'm pulling, these are algorithmic levels where we're expecting certain reaction from algos to occur. Right now, we are at the area where we would consider our breakout line. So, like on Roblox, 43.44. 43.44 is basically our line in the sand, where if it goes higher than that, we expect our bears from last month, which they bought in very heavily in mid-February. This is where we would expect them to be in jeopardy of getting pushed out, and if that's the case, that would cause a large breakout. But this is also where we expect them to attempt to defend their positions and keep things held. So if Roblox opens strong with volume on the high side, you may actually look to see if this thing stuffs, and runs the range back in, because if it goes much lower than maybe $1 or so, it'll flush like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, we'll see. I'm gonna add them as a possible. Right now, again, there's
Yeah,
just the volume is not there. We'll
it,
see what
it's
happens. Yeah,
it's
meet at
got
the
some
bottom. Yeah,
volume. So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it needs a little bit more, but if this thing wakes up and the spread
Mm-hmm.
narrows a little bit, it can be a party. Only thing to keep in mind, it is a NYSE lister.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Which is surprising. This stock is, it's on the New York Stock Exchange, based on what they do. Here's Baidu. Baidu is up 2%, man. They were up even more this morning. They're kind of dropping from the highs here of the pre-market. Um, the volume is 206,000. I don't know if they can, if they're going to be explosive or not today. This is a big pop for them in the pre-market right now. We'll have to see high place off. So I'm not going to add them to my list because they might just be coming back down here to 151. It's just not really being in play. If it does get something going, we can always look at
I
it.
mean, there's some like news of them like investing in some new chip technology startups,
Yeah, I
and
heard of
then a
that
couple
a bit
articles
ago.
about them
Yeah,
being a trending stock. I don't see anything other than
yeah.
that just really jumps out at me. I know they're listed as a strong buy right now with a target of
Hmm.
178 overall. But I mean, I don't. I mean, wasn't it just? I mean, it was near like 160 not even that long ago, I think. So,
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
yeah. We'll see. Great thing is we do have scanners, so we
I
can
mean, this
always
thing was like
check out.
325 like
Oh no,
last
this
year.
yeah, this thing was it can move, man, and I know that
I mean,
because
maybe it is a buy here.
Brian watches this a ton, right? So he's done some really amazing trades in Baidu, but so for me. All right, let's take a look at
So
what's
I like
gapping
it.
down this morning. Yeah, what's gapping down this morning. All right, we got a couple of looks like oil companies here, a couple of mining companies and finance companies. So we have DB, which again, I don't like to trade these guys. Some of these are foreign, by the way. And this is a bank, and it's just again, I just been staying away from this one. Very active this morning. Anything going on with the banks that we do not know? Are they just reacting to something new, or is this just overall fallout from everything this week?
Uh,
Uh,
13 drops 13% amid fresh anxiety in global bank crisis
yeah,
is
yeah,
what
I
the
saw
news
that
is.
headline. Yeah, I saw that. I
So,
just
I mean,
don't know if
probably
there
a
was
lot of
anything
that
else.
same stuff. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people, I think this, sometimes bad things can inevitably be good things. And I hate to put a positive spin on a banking crisis, but I think this is another one of those moments where we're able to see that we have a lot of banking concepts going on right now that are not solid, and I think what this is causing is a lot of investors and people who have been tying up their cash, holding it in their bank, and saying, "Hey, I'm okay with earning 5% on this low yield account because it's in a bank and it's safe," is realizing, wait a minute, my money's not safe in there. So and if I'm going to put my money at risk, I'm going to put it somewhere where it gets me some dividends or something. So I actually think this is part of the reason why we're seeing a little bit more movement into some of the sectors of stock. I think people are starting to get back into the market a little bit, and I think people are starting to realize, oh man, people are running on the banks right now and getting their money, stuffing it in mattresses and stuff. You know what I mean? Like old school.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, man, but yeah, you're absolutely right. They're taking their money out of these smaller banks for sure. Hopefully, they're not doing that. That'd be madness.
You got to
Yeah,
get the little thing you put it behind the drywall. You know what I mean? Put some
yeah,
fresh
yeah, yeah.
drywall, and it's just back there, breaking case of emergency.
Oh man. So we got speaking of banks, we got FRC is also down here. Again, this thing is extremely volatile, 3.8 million shares traded. So be very careful with this one. We got PACW, we got UBS. So I want to focus on, let's see what the big guys are doing. So here is Citigroup. So Citigroup is down 2.3 as well. So they're also starting to feel some of this action. Bank of America is down 2% with 1.6 million shares traded. So I like Bank of America today to see what is going to fall out of that. The West Fargo is another one that can get some good volume and trade very well, a little higher price stock, which is nice, opposed to these $8 ones that we're seeing here. This can be a good possible. How about JP Morgan? JP, too many P's in there. There you go. JP Morgan, down 1.7, not a whole lot of volume. I do like them though. I think they're a more solid trader. So I'm going to put them as a possible for now. Just Bank of America, because I do like the volume we're getting here. They can trade very poorly at times, but hopefully today we can get something, man. Again, this list not looking so hot. We have a big gap down list, but when you go through it, there's not a whole lot that for the way I trade that's going to come off this list into my list at the moment. Let's look at Carvana. Carvana, what's going on there? Let's see. Down 3.7 after being at 10, back to 8. So we didn't believe whatever this was, and now we're
Nah,
just
that was
back down to
that was like
reality.
a WSB style squeeze situation
Yeah,
going on
exactly.
them. Carvana, whenever
um,
that happens, you get the little bonk. Everyone gets all excited. Yay, diamond
yeah,
hands,
yeah, yeah,
rockets,
yeah.
all of that stuff. True story, by the way. When I was a new trader, like when I was brand new, like my first
Mm-hmm.
2 days of trading, and I remember trying to figure it out. I started on Robinhood, and when I went in there, there used to be chat rooms like in with the ticker. So I don't know if they do that still, but so you'd buy the ticker and then you could go to a chat room in the ticker and people would be talking about the ticker, and then people would be like, "Come on, we need whatever to go up, Ford or whatever to go up," and then they would start putting rockets into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chat
yeah,
room.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I actually, like, in my naivety in the beginning, actually like was like, is this like a thing? Like, do the rocket like things actually like make something happen? That just shows you where we all start
Yeah.
from. You know what I
Oh
mean? And
yeah,
I
yeah,
was literally
yeah.
just like, is this rocket thing like actually like moving this thing, or like what's going on here? It's pretty hilarious. I probably shouldn't have told that story actually.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Rocket's got to be the most used emojis when it comes to the trading. It has to be by far. All right, let's see.
Everyone just returned my book instantly. They're just like, okay, that's how I started.
You're getting
I need a
emails from
refund.
ding, 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 ding on Amazon there. um,
Running
all
my
right.
book like a small regional bank.
Oh man. But yeah, guys,
Too soon.
this list here, let's go over to Coin. Coin, I think, will definitely be one to watch today. We might get some second hand moves this morning, so we'll put that on there. Also, I would like to watch SQ. This is block and kind of see what's going to happen on this one. It has good volume, guys. 1.3. It is down 1.5 right now. And I think this will be a good mover today, and actually might have less volatility, which can be easy to trade. But man, we had such an incredible pop on this yesterday. But I do like this one for an opportunity today to do something as well as coin. And we'll see what we can get there. Coins has to trade better though, after the market open. You did get a nice pop here, but man, it went. If you missed this, it went choppy for a while until you got the next leg. So hopefully you
Yeah,
can
that
trade a
daily
little bit
volume
better.
on SQ yesterday, man,
Yeah,
was
it's insane.
incredible.
Yep.
So the question is today, is that enough volume that we like do like a DCB, little dead cat bounce action,
Hmm.
or are we just punch drunk? You know what I mean? Like the big hit was just so much. We're just going to be exhausted today and just chop. It'll be really
Yeah.
interesting to see, how we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
How we do.
All right, that's what we have, guys. Let's take it over to the chat and see what these guys are rolling with this morning. Thor, do you have anything you like that we haven't talked about yet?
So when I ran my earlier volume scanner, which I run like a high volume scanner just to see kind of what's popping around in my price ranges, the three tickers that came up actually were SQ, Tesla, and BAC, Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to keep an eye on those. One that I think is in a really interesting place is Meta. It's still just kind of chopping this range here, but if the market decides to rally here, Meta is in a breakout location. That could be very nice. So as it tries to hold and come off of 200, it's got some potential there. And that could translate to tech in general. Just most to see where we're at. Most tech stocks like Apple are in a similar spot where they're just holding their breakouts. So it'll be interesting to see if we hold those today or if we fail them. Either way, we should get a good opportunity, I think, in tech at some point. So I'll probably keep my attention there. And then BAC pulling up some volume after yet another dip. We bounced right off of our S4. That's our tipping point for breakdown and reverse, like we talked about earlier today. We went
Mm-hmm.
down that and hit that within about 2 cents and then rallied right off of it in the pre-market. So for BAC, I'm going to look to see if it holds this lower range. And if it does, we could get a really nice squeeze. One thing I'm noticing in BA is the daily volume. If you look at it starting on around, let's call it around the 9th, through as of now, the daily volume has been increased by at least 200 to 300% on average compared to the entire last few months. So we've got a lot of volume here. Something's going on. So I just want to keep my eye on this one, because when this one does bounce and squeeze, I think we're going to find ourselves back up into the $30 range really fast.
Yeah, yeah. And I agree with Venom. Venom says Bank of America trades poorly. Your opinion? No, man. In our opinion as well, this stock
Yeah.
does not trade good at all.
Yep.
And even
Especially
with
recent.
even with the volume, you might not, you still might not get clean trading. But there are a couple of days here where they surprise you with some really good moves. So let's see. Pre-market action looks great today. We're down 2%, 1.8 million shares traded. Let's see where it goes here. All right, guys, let's take it to the chat room. See what you guys have this morning. Let's start here with, all right, we got Venom, Bank of America. We looked at that. Meta, we just were talking about Meta here, and I do like it as well. As Thor was explaining earlier, I am gonna add this to my list also. So we'll do Meta there. I think that looks good. Has a few days where it hasn't been great, but man, this is setting up
Yeah,
nicely, I think.
that's the thing. That's the tricky
Yeah,
part, is they've been choppy and not great the
yeah,
past couple of days. But when they wake up, they're going to be amazing. And so if you're,
exactly right,
it's one
right.
of those things where it's almost you have to be able to watch stocks and not trade stocks. So when we give you some of our watch list items, we're seeing potential. That doesn't mean it's going to hit, right? So we
Mm-hmm,
can
mm-hmm.
list something as a watchable item for 2 and 3 days, and then I knew it. You know what I mean? But it was, we knew something was going to happen. We've been waiting, but patience, that is what separates many a day trader, between success and failure, is can you sit on your hands long enough to wait for the right opportunity?
Yeah,
Sorry, Chris
yeah.
G just YOLO'd Meta, so I guess we're all done. No, I'm kidding.
Very nice. Ford, $11 here, guys. 11.29. In an interesting spot here. If we can start to continue to lose some of this ground we have over the last couple of days. I mean, this is another stock where, if you think Bank of America trades bad, this is one that trades horrible. We did have some nice movements when they went up to 26. You guys remember that? What was, man, was it that long ago already? Man, it was in December. Okay, right here. This was we had some really good trading, not just here, also leading up to this. So it's a tricky one for day trade for intraday trading. So I don't usually don't put them on my list. So be careful with them. Their price action is very weird, and they don't move a lot, right? So you can wait all day for a 20 cents move, and so you got to take a lot of shares to be able to make it worth your while. I'd rather trade something else that's going to move a little bit better. That's just my take on it. Let's look at AI. I see that on both chats by Moretti, and I also see that over here by Advanced 2016 in YouTube. AI this morning starting to look alive here, getting above the previous day close, up 1.6, 201,000. I mean, they I gotta say they did held up pretty nice here. This base around 2250, so they bounced off of that. They had a lower range down around 20. What is this? 2077. You see that there as well. So maybe could be interesting. Volume is down from what it was when it first started going. You guys remember this year? It was really, really volatile. So not as high now in this rally that is trying to get going. Any news on it, guys? It's moving like some news came out with this volume coming in here at 8:55. What do we have on AI? Let's see. I don't see no news on this side. So yeah, but it's moving. It's moving like there's
Yeah, I
something
mean,
happening.
I had some articles of recent lately where it seems like they're trying to like pump the stock a little bit. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but that was like on the 23rd. You know, they're in the 22nd. They were running some pump articles on that. So maybe you can what can happen is you can have your these companies have people who they pay to basically help move the stock price, and especially if they're leading into they want to get some generation for their shareholders, and often they'll start levying and giving information to places to start trying to get them to run articles, and the articles alone can stem interest. So I don't know if that's what we've got going on, because other than that I don't see like any major just like stick out thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
it's a neutral analyst. It's a neutral recommendation. So I don't know if I see any major reason to get into it
yeah.
other than the name. I think people like AI, the name or something.
Yeah. I know that in
Ape
over
Index.
here in Wall Street bets they're been talked about, and they've been hot for a while on Wall Street bets as
Yeah,
far as
Ape
being
Index. That's what
mentioned,
I was saying.
so this has been it's like this for a few days now, not just today, but it looks like there could be some stuff happening here. In our over in our chat, someone mentioned that they're fighting with Elon Musk, so that's getting them some attention as well, I'm sure, if that's the case.
Hmm.
So all right, so AI as a possible. I'm not overly convinced this is going to trade well, but let's see what happens. If it starts memeing, it can. It definitely can. All right,
I
Tony.
still really think
Yep.
Andrew needs to tweet Elon and say, "Hey, I want to do the highest trade ever performed from Everest, right? But I need internet connection at the top of the mountain.
Send the
Can you hook me up? Can you make it
Starlink
happen?
up there.
Can you Starlink me?" The tweet alone would probably like rock. Would probably blow up.
Yeah, yeah.
But I haven't seen it, but I keep saying I gotta remind him because he's got this cool jumpsuit. Have you seen the jumpsuit, Andrews?
I saw it. Yeah, he put it
Is it
over.
do you call it a jumpsuit when
It
you're
looks
climbing?
like a
What
jumpsuit, but I don't know if it's actually called
it's
it.
called a don't die of hypothermia suit.
Yeah, stay warm
Um,
suit.
th- so it's a suit you'd never see a Florida boy wearing. That's all I got to say about that. But it looks really cool. Summit suit, survival suit. So anyway, it's going to be awesome, and we can't wait to see him do it. But I think he needs to. Seriously tweet out and be like, I want to do this trade. I want to set the Guinness record.
Yeah, I know he put up on his Twitter. By
Holler
the way,
at your boy.
follow him on Twitter. At Bearable Traders. You can see all the information he's putting out here. So tons of stuff, guys. So definitely follow him there. And you will see the suit. It's somewhere in here. I can't find it, but I know he put it up on his social media.
Man, dude's got some content. What's up?
He really does, man. Really does. All right, let's take a look at Sam. You're giving us well before we move out of Baba. Here's Baba, which gapping down 1.2, not a whole lot of volume. I do love this pre-market activity though on Baba. It's just barely trying to hold on to its 85.50 here. This seems to be a big level for all morning. So not great volume right now. So I'll put them as a possible. But who mentioned that in our chat here on the members tab? I do like that one. we'll keep it on a secondary for now. And then we'll look over on our Netflix from Sam on YouTube. Netflix this morning, big day yesterday. It's quiet right now, so not even gapping down much or at all, really. Only 91,000. We'll have to wait for more volume to see where this is going to go. Again, increased volume yesterday, had a nice breakout there. That was nice. We'll have to see how the market open comes on this one.
Netflix did pick up a lot of volume yesterday, and it's squeezed right into a high value area. So Netflix's VPOC is at 321, right? Which is like right
Yeah.
where we are, like for its month or two, like really high transactional area right here.
Hmm.
So yesterday we topped out right here at 10 o'clock in the same price level. So if we manage to push up, I really wouldn't expect this to go much higher than like 325.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I would actually look for this thing to stuff.
Yeah.
If it manages to go outside of 325, it actually doesn't become a viable long for me until it gets almost north of like 330. So Netflix, I wouldn't be looking to the long side right now. Even if it is a long, the probability will be better towards value. It has a tight range, and it could easily break down and give back what it got yesterday if the
Hmm.
market goes weak. So I
Yeah.
would keep an
Yeah.
eye out for that for Netflix. But otherwise, man, I
Yeah.
wouldn't break this thing today.
Absolutely. All right, guys, let's head over. I mean, we have a okay list, not great, not a blockbuster list for this Friday. But let's head over to our community events and see what's going on there. I want to before I do that, guys, I want to give you this information. We are going to be moving our YouTube channel, our recaps. I'm sorry, our pre-market show to a new channel, and I'm going to put that over here on YouTube, so you guys can start subscribing now. It's going to be a transition. We're looking to transition by next week. But there's the link, so subscribe to that. We had this BBT recaps channel for a while, and not easy to find right now because when you type in BBT recaps, the one thing you're going to get is the Big Bang Theory, which is an amazing show. But so use the link. We'll try
That's
to
awesome.
we would try to compete with those guys. But anytime you put BBT on there, BBT recaps is the Big Bang Theory all the way,
I
man. You got to
love Big
scroll
Bang Theory.
way down to see us, but we'll get them. We'll get them. Um,
Those are my nerds right there. I love
yeah,
that show,
yeah.
man. What a great show.
Absolutely. So I am going to put that link also over here on our main chat as well. So there it is. So you guys have it also. So subscribe to that. We're still gonna keep this channel. We're just gonna separate, the videos that we do with as far as evergreen stuff that's more
Yeah, podcast, right? We're
pod,
segmenting that off.
that's going to be segmented off as well. And also Andrew's recaps are going to be moving over to this channel as well. So if you want to keep track of Andrew's recap, make sure you subscribe to that channel. All right. So we will be again, we'll transition. It's not going to be a cutoff. We're going to transition it slowly. I might try to run the show even on both channels as we transition that. But that definitely start following that channel. And once you do that, we can have a smooth transition. All right. Thank you guys. See some people already subscribed. Excellent. Thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. All right, guys, let's dive into community events and announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list. Again, not a great start right now, but I still think somehow I believe we're going to have a great day today, even with the start that we're having right now.
So there was a quick question. SQ, once SSR is issued, short selling restriction that continues for a certain time cycle until it's released from that. I forget the exact time cycle. I think it's 24 hours. So if and that's from the time it was issued. So if it came out, I'm gonna double check on that because I don't. I often forget, but it's somewhere. I believe it's the time frame is the reason why that hasn't been lifted yet. So you'll have to keep an eye on that to see when it lifted. Easiest way to keep an eye on it is in your DOS montage up there. As long as it's in SSR, it will still, it will say it on there. Right now, SQ, for instance, has shares for short, but it's on SSR, so that means you're only going to fill on your uptick. So, all right. So to our community events, onboarding every single Monday. You guys know I've been harping all week. This is the diamond that you guys aren't going to or seeing enough of. I said that, and then Carlos had like 40 or 50 people, I think, show up at the last one. He was like, "Whoa, dude, I'm too busy. Don't do me like this." No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, if you guys have, it's for new members, but not only for new members. If you need a little help with something, don't forget my man Carlos is in here helping you configure your platform. take care of your, trading, give you basic concepts. I mean, walk you through the website, anything you need. It's there every single Monday. And it's after hours at 8 p.m. So you can do it when the market's not there. This recent Tuesday, we had an incredible strategy webinar done by the GOAT, Dr. Andrew Aziz. He did Trade Management Part 2, defining stop loss levels. That is uploaded and available for to be watched for all of our elite members. So make sure you get by and check that out. We also on Wednesday had a fantastic presentation by Dr. Howell. I knew it was going to be good. As always, he delivers. It talks about how your hidden beliefs about money and sabotage your trading mindset really can really get in your way as you're being a trader. And it was super helpful to hear what he had to say. And even still to this day, I'm still learning a little something every single time I listen to one of these brilliant minds. All right. Coming up next week, we are going to be having. Okay, I'm really excited about this one. I'm always really excited. This one I'm really excited about. If you guys didn't catch Pyrus's tape reading course that he did last time, it was amazing. He's done a more in-depth course that's actually available on tradingterminal.com. Now for the BBT Elite, you get the best first when you're a BBT Elite member. Pyrus is bringing you scalping utilizing the tape. He's going to show you. I've seen how he used held orders off the bid and the ask in order to determine temporary support and resistance and scalping off of it. It is awesome. So I think for any of you who are looking to add a good scalping strategy and how to take real advantage of quick price movement, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. And then the next one coming after that in April will be by John, and he's going to detail out the high of days break of high of days strategy. Mike, John, and many other of our moderators have especially ones involved in PCT, have really developed a very tight and well-performing strategy around this that they utilize consistently all the time for great profits, and I'm really looking forward to that. Also coming up next week, on Wednesday, we have our psychology webinars. So our own Mike Bear, speaking of, is going to be presenting on how to find a trading strategy to achieve your goals. It's a big deal. You got to have it. And then the week after that, Dr. Kenneth Reed is back. Trade book secrets. I mean, what more do I need to say than that? It's going to be awesome. So per usual, this little presentation of the pre-market show is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Like I said, you can get Pyrus's courses there. You can get all kinds of stuff, good stuff, trading simulator, everything you could possibly be looking for. I call it the trader's tool belt. You can utilize that and get that in there. And once you get in there, as you're doing it, you want to practice trading and get your little thing, freestockTradingSimulator.com, and that'll get you there. If all things are great and you want to come by the BBT room and check us out, I think it'd be fun. We'd love to have you by, entertain you a little bit, show you what kind of knowledge we can bring to the table. We are still running for a limited time only a free trial. You can come in, check us out for a few days. You can hang out with my man Carlos on Monday. He'll give you some information. You can check out some of the day trading and options courses. Speaking of options, don't forget BBT on a couple days of the week actually has an options room open now. And so for any of y'all out there who are options traders and are looking to come by every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, our options room is open. So that is really exciting, where many of the rooms out there are focused on one style, one trading methodology, one pattern. We are trying to bring you as diverse of opportunity as possible. So no matter what kind of stock trading system, I like to trade futures. We've got Megan and Jaron here with an options room. And then, of course, we trade from ETFs to all other kinds of, assets.
All right. Thank you very much.
Boom.
Thor, appreciate that. Question in the chat on YouTube. Are regular BBT members have access to the strategy and trade book by webinar by Paris? Yes, you do. You do. So if you're a member, you do get access to that a webinar. Okay.
Yeah, then that one is the BBT Elite members, especially in your upper class. You always get the good stuff first. So Paris, this is a whole new, brand new thing that's coming, and only y'all will have available to watch it and review it. So it's just for you guys. It's why it pays to be a member.
Yep, take advantage,
I
guys.
think
All right,
are they still running that St. Patty's thing, by the way?
dude, they are.
Hey
And
everybody, it's
and
Friday. I don't
I
know how
think,
long this lasts.
hold on,
I
let me
will
go
throw
to
it
the
out there. It
website.
actually says 1,200 for the elite. I think on the website it actually is like a St. Patty's thing. I think it's only 9.99 for the whole
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So just saying,
Let's
someday
see.
Andrew's going to figure that out. He's going to tell him to take it off. I mean, it's not even St. Patty's Day
So
anymore.
someone's gonna figure out this needs to come down. Don't wait
Oh
till that
yeah, we
happens.
need to take
Get
that
on
down
it, jump
immediately.
on
Actually,
it.
so
All right.
if you're thinking, I mean, there you go. If not,
Doesn't get better than that, guys. 60% is quite a lot.
pay $300 more in like a couple of days. That's fine. Your choice.
All right, guys.
FOMO, baby.
Let's jump into hit that thumbs up over on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Let's get to our list here, guys. Bank of America, Coin,
Oh,
SQ, and Meta. We'll do some levels, then we'll look at our moderators list, which I have only Megan right now. I know Megan's also in
whoa,
her room
slackers. Hold on.
as well.
I'm
So let's
slacking.
get our list up there. All right, here's Bank of America, guys. Again, not the best intraday trading ticker. Today they got great volume, 2 million, down 1.6. If we have a slightly reaction today towards the top side, maybe getting to the green and above that, that could be nice. We've been trending down the last couple of days, and obviously this entire month has not been great. So maybe we could be hitting some bottoms here, at least temporarily. Oh, Rafsila. By the
Wow.
way, woke us up, my friend.
That's a color right there.
Yeah. So let's see here. It like I was looking somewhere else. It caught my attention. Like it dragged me right to that green. So
I
Rafsila,
see
by the way,
Raf's
guys,
comment.
is on the right
Yeah, I
side
see
of
it.
things here. So he's gonna be
Neon
helping
green.
us out in the moderating team. So definitely give him a nice big welcome. He's very, very active, really nice guy. So looking forward to working with him, man. He's a really good dude. All right, here it is, guys. Bank of America, 2620, the low of the pre-market there. And then towards the top, we do have our highs and lows for the last two trading days. And then if we go up here, where is high of the pre-market all the way above the previous day close at 2730. So let's slam a level there as well. Let's take a look now at our actually, you know what? I want to look at Bank of America, something lower, just in well, man, we haven't been. Is that 52-week low? See, this is becoming that's a very interesting situation we're in today.
Oh
That's a
my fire.
52-week
Look at that thing.
low. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's interesting. So this is why we might be seeing an increase in value on Bank of America opposed to other the top six, right? So the big six, West Fargo, Citigroup, JP Morgan, these guys, Morgan Stanley, they're not showing as much volume as Bank of America is. It could be because these guys are hitting 52-week low. I don't know. But 25.77 is a good level. And then below that, you have 24.96 for Bank of America. All right, let's take a look at Coin this morning. Coin as well. I think today we're going to have some action on Coin that might actually be better than what we did yesterday as far as, control volatility, right? Because you can have a thing as too much volatility and you really can't trade that because it's just balling out of control. You don't want that. You want things to move, but in a very controlled fashion so you can take advantage of it and calculate your move properly here. Low of the pre-market 63.03, high of the pre-market 67.97. Mark those two down and you're set towards the top. Highs and lows for the last two trading days are taking care of you there. And then towards the bottom, just going to get one more level in case we continue the madness on coin here. That's going to be 58.47. And I think you're set on this one. All right, our big one here, guys. SQ down was 16% yesterday. Maybe hit 20. I don't remember the exact number, but it was down big. 58.38 is the low of the pre-market today. The high of the pre-market slightly below the previous day close at 61.50. And once you put those two levels in there, you're surrounded by the action from yesterday. We're like kind of smack in the middle of the range from yesterday here, all the way down to 56.54 and 60 was 65.90 because Store called this lovely yesterday. He said if we squeeze here, 66 is the number. Look where we got to, right to 66. So nice call there, and that played out well because myself, Brian, and some other people in the community took this beautiful pop here. So that was very, very nice, guys. So that's SQ for you. Great volume, 1.4 down to 1.2 at the moment. Here's Meta, guys, and Meta doesn't look great right now. Pre-market looks again. Doesn't if you look at it, it looks horrible. But this is typical Meta, right? They don't give you a beautiful pre-market activity. But I do like the daily. I like the fact this can be very explosive. Even if we get a move to 207.50 from 205.20, that's a really, really good move. So let's see if today's in the cards for it. High of the pre-market 206.75. The low of the pre-market 202.53. We'll mark that there, and then we are all set, my friends, when it comes to Meta. Look at the area of resistance we're getting here. So hopefully we can go back up there and test that one more time. And like you said, Thor, earlier, if we get a breakout out of that, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and 9:18. We'll hand it over shortly to our guys. Let's just read what they're watching this morning. So I'm going to bring over their watch list, the moderators, what the moderating team is looking at. All right, so we'll bring this right over here. As I'm doing this, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It helps us out tremendously. And also don't forget to subscribe to the new channel. Again, we'll be announcing that frequently because we don't want anyone that is in the YouTube channel now to miss it. So we'll announce it throughout the entire week before we actually do the transition. And at some point, we will actually probably stream on both of them to make that transition as smooth as possible. Moderating team is looking at here's Thor, Meta, Tesla, SQ, Bank of America, and then Megan, Meta, and SQ. We have Eamon looking at Netflix, potential long, potential short, American Airlines. Andrew will be looking at his usual suspects, guys: AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, and TQQ. And then here we also have Susan looking at Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, and secondary list Amazon to catch any possible moves there. So yeah, guys, and once again, let's welcome Rafzilla over to the moderating team. Really happy to have him here. And this is what we were talking about earlier. He had this green color, went away now, but he had a nice green color that woke us up nicely for those over on
It was
YouTube
bold.
wondering what was happening. Guys, we're all set. Thor, anything we might have forgot?
No, man, I think we nailed it out there. It looks real good. For me, I threw up there. I'm going to be just kind of keeping an eye on the market. Other than that, there was volume hitting Tesla, SQ, and BAC. So I'm gonna do that. And then I got Meta on there because I just think that I think there could be something there today. I've got the feels, so I'm gonna throw that one on there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
otherwise, I'm going to hang back. I believe next week we will have our man Peter back running co-pilot with you.
Oh,
So
is this your last
it's been
appearance for
it's been a
now?
fun week hanging out with everybody the past week or so and doing the pre-market show thing. I look forward to doing that again with you next time everyone goes on does a vacay thing or something like that. It was a lot of fun. So I will hope everyone has a great rest of your trading day and
Yeah,
keep it green,
actually,
people.
and before we go here, we got another question, which is important. So I want to take the time. I know we're running a little bit behind, but this is important. A question about the membership. So I want to explain it because if you're on YouTube and you're thinking about joining, it's important you know what the differences are as far as memberships, right? Especially because we're running this amazing deal right now, and if you want to take advantage of it, I want to know what you're getting into. So this basic membership here, guys, gives you guys access to the courses. Okay, so you got the trading courses here. The elite membership gives you access to everything. Now this is a monthly. This gives you access to everything except the one-on-one coaching you can get here. But the elite annual membership is this same membership plus obviously you're saving a ton of money. Obviously 60% for the you're saving more than that actually for the whole year based on 200 a month to 199 for the entire year. But you also get a one-on-one psychology coach for one time with Dr. Kenneth Free, and by the way, he is amazing. So yeah, so you do get access to the chat room. With the elite ones, you get access to the amazing webinars, right? So for example, the Paris webinars you guys are asking for that's happening next week on Tuesday, that is this membership here, right? This gives you access to that. Right, this will get you into the chat room. This will get you in I believe both chats, right? I believe both the options and the regular chat. And then the free one, this is completely free. You get access to some of the trading courses that we have, some of the basic materials I saw on there, just to kind of get you started, get you a feel for what's happening. All right. If you have any questions, guys, email me, carlos@bearable.com. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. And we'd love to have you guys come check us out. All right. With that said, guys, let's give Jared a big thumbs up. I'm not Jared, sorry, Thor, a big thumbs up for covering for Peter this week. You did an amazing job and glad to have you, buddy. Thanks for backing us up here.
Hey, it's a pleasure, man. Anytime. Much love, everybody. Don't forget to like. We got the new channel going, so pop over and subscribe on there when you get a chance. We'll be broadcasting out there. So much love, people, and I will talk to you later.
I forgot it's Friday. Have a great weekend. Brian looking at ATVI, Meta, Nvidia, and Tesla. All right, perfect. Let me hand it off to these guys so they can have at least some time to tell us what they're doing this morning as they put their list together. Have an amazing weekend, guys, over on YouTube. Take care.